just going to kind of two-fist it. He doesn't drink, apparently. But yeah, sure, Balthar. You go ahead and be safe on your travels, and I'd imagine that we're all agreed in that we're going to take.
I'll be back in the morning, so it's nothing you guys have to worry about. I'll
you're coming back.
Correct. Like I said, it's just I want to get the hides for tonight, so I can start preparing to make them tomorrow morning.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna give Sniper the drink and push him back into the door and say, "Okay, come on, you're done. Go." And then I'm going.
I'm spilling it all over. Shove it, fucker.
If you don't want to spill it, then start walking. I'm gonna continue to push him into the door and then turn to Balthar. Look, I heard what you guys are talking about. If you want to go out there and run around in the wind and be free, that's cool. Be you. If you want to come back, you have a room, by the way. So yeah. It's safer to sleep inside out here. Trust me.
Yes, like I said, I'll hopefully try to be back by morning's light. If not, though, I have my gear with me now, so I'll be okay in either setting.
Did you just say he's gonna be running free ball? Fucking hippie.
Well, like I said, you have the room. We're gonna be here. Promptly getting smashed and sleeping. Just come in and say that you were with me, and they'll show you to your room. Also, don't worry about the people in the tavern thinking like, "Oh my God, it's a beast." They're all drunk. Don't worry.
Thank you.
And then I'm just
guys, thank you again for getting me out of that place.
I'm gonna hold my hand up for a high five.
I don't. Grabs his hand and he just puts it down. He just goes,
"Fist it like your sister."
Oh my God.
Oh.
Safe travels.
Jesus. May the warden's sight be ever watchful upon you. And then I'll start making my way out of the city so I can go fucking find some wolf pelts or some shit to hunt for my armor.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and let you walk off. You're not gonna be able to leave city just yet. You will have some kind of encounter. I'm going to tackle Sakata, Jerrod, and Klaus first. Each of you guys still have your own missions in game. Some of you more than others, mind you. Klaus, you have felt it is important for you to personally deal with the tidings of Keegan Gelv and something Tortimer something. Jerrod, you still have things that you want to ask your brother. There are things before you that are quickly approaching, like the lunar cycle, where it's not just going to be as simple as rendering you unconscious in hoping for the best.
Yeah, that's going to be a long night for somebody.
Sakata, I don't really know where your character's going.
For the night, my character's gonna get shit-faced and he's gonna go to sleep after taking a night shower.
Sure, but I mean, I kind of figured everyone would be taking said nice bath and or sleeps just to kind of relax up.
He'd open the package that was in his room.
Okay, before we move into that, Klaus, are you going to be going to your room as well, or are you leaving to handle business elsewhere?
I'll be staying in for the night.
Okay.
I in much need of this rest.
All right, Jerrod, how about yourself?
Well, like I said, I was figuring I'd go ahead and do a power brunch with my brother tomorrow, but you know, if we're saying that we need to go ahead and get some of this stuff done before
you
bed.
can. I mean, you can. In fact, it's not necessarily before bed. I just kind of want to reiterate that you guys still have some things.
Oh yes, I'm going to confirm that yes, Jerrod does plan to speak with his brother about some of the things going on in his life, because you know that's what families do when they're not estranged.
Sure. All right.
And then he's probably going to be doing some shopping, asking some questions, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's going to talk to his brother first before, like, hitting up, you know, other people to talk about lycanthropy and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's tackle the events of tonight at the Tip Tankard. All right, friends. Moving off to your rooms, it will depress the noises of the tavern below. The people that are riddled with anger and or despair, not sure how they're going to pay their taxes. It fuels the energy of the evening. It kind of gives it this almost intrepid energy. It fuels everyone with the same type of energy that one might need to work off. But you guys have worked off quite a bit of energy, mind you. You know, slaying frogs and hunting for VIPs and so on and so forth. All of that jibba jabba. As you make it to your rooms, Klaus, you are greeted by an ever-welcoming bed. Your belongings that you have left behind are fine. There's nothing that seems to be out of place. Everything seems natural, healthy, and normal, or at least as far as it can. You do have this ever-lurking thought that there is more information to obtain regarding the history of you as a person. And you can't help but think, as you lie there in your bed that evening, what Dorlot actually meant. What he meant by, "I've tasted your kind before. I know the sweet, sweet scent and destructive flavors that follow your spark." Jerrod, you're met by a package on your bed. It is wound in some kind of brownish style paper with hemp knot over the top of it, keeping it well wrapped. It's very, very small, roughly the size of a softball.
Ooh, is that special order?
Softball mimic.
It might have been that special order doorknob I went in and got out for. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and pull his belt knife out and start unwrapping it rather excitedly at that.
Okay. As you begin to remove the wrapping from this particular present, if you will, you see that it is bound in some kind of salted, ointment salve. It's very strange. It's a very weird way to wrap something of this, and it seems and it smells of a very interesting aroma. Give me a wisdom, please. A wisdom save. D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so you just want a D20.
I often forget that you have no wisdom. I'll remember it from now on, though, I promise.
13.
13. As you begin to kind of move your hand over this thickened, salted substance, this aroma that kind of hits you, it kind of pulls to your inner senses, this animalistic side of you, and it dawns on you what this is as you're kind of moving this around. It's got this very fat and oily feel to it. It's salted. You are actually thumbing tallow off of what appears to be a small ring case. Are you familiar with what tallow is?
Yes, rendered fat.
Yes. This is some kind of humanoid tallow. It's not often used in the creation of things, but have it as you will.
So I would know through my expanded senses that this is most definitely not animal. This is something all too close to home.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. I could make candles out of that. Yeah. Or soap. But yeah, at that point, he'll go ahead and kind of pop open the ring case.
Okay. With an audible crack, this case seems to open up, and as it splits, you see that there is a small, dark wooden ring resting, nestled amidst some kind of cottony-style substance.
Well, the fact that it was kind of lubricated in human fat. Yeah, this feels evil as fuck to me. I'm going to hold off and... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bug Klaus about this. Okay. I might even go ahead and bug, Horam about it. But yeah, before I go ahead and be, sticking my various appendages in rings, and yes, I do mean various appendages, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to ask the guys, yo, is this evil?
All right, so did you want to go off to Klaus now?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and bug the shit out of the kid.
Bear in mind, there was no return to sender note. There's not a home address. It was just addressed to... Oh, there was a note attached to it, but it had no address. Would you like that note? I can give that to you.
Oh, by all means.
This ring is given to the bastard Skellring to aid him in his journeys, to help protect the people of Cauldron and the destruction of our enemies.
Aw, that's sweet.
You note that it was carefully written. It seems to be by the hand of a female. There's some flourishes in the writing that would lead you to believe that this is a well-trained writer, or it's in female script.
Oh, it's still sweet. I'm shocked she knows how to write. But okay, we've gotten a little progressive over the last dozen years. I can dig it.
Okay.
Still going to go ahead and bug the kid and figure out what this ring does.
Sounds good. I'm going to go to Sakata next, and then we'll pass it back to you two. Sakata, you were met by a similar style package that is a bit larger than the softball. This looks to be like it is encased in some kind of box, a wooden box of sorts. It has no defining shape outside of rectangular.
I will open it.
Okay. All right. As you remove the brown wrapping and the hemp knot, inside you will find what appears to be a metallic belt. This belt is sized for a medium-sized creature. It has multiple fixtures to it, and it seems... The wrapping that goes up around your body, it seems to be shaped like that of arms. Not multiple arms, but like an arm to the left and an arm to the right.
So like gun shows. Like the...
Sort of, yes.
Arm,
sort
right?
of, yes. And where they meet in the center, they seem to be clutching what appears to be an enormous stone.
Is it a heavy belt? Like...
Oh yeah, it's quite heavy, actually.
Oh, so it's like a super thick weightlifter's belt, but
yes.
The belt is shaped to look like arms.
Yes, very intensely muscle-bound arms, yes.
Sounds dope.
There's also a note that is attached to this one. Would you like that?
Yeah, sure. I'd pick it up and read it. Well, lifting this belt. I was going to say necklace. This belt up and down, just like judging the weight of it.
Belt weighs every bit of 35 pounds.
Nice. Oh. I'm just going to...
The note that is attached to it says, Master Sakata, this belt is given to you to enhance your ability to swiftly and with swift action destroy all foes that threaten either yourself or the citizens of Cauldron. Please use this wisely.
Pondering that, I'd throw the note on the floor and go, well, okay. I'm going to clink it onto me.
Are you wearing your armor?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to take off the armor.
No, you don't. You don't technically have to take off your armor. The moment that you adorn yourself with this belt, it seems to tightly bind just above the girdle of your armor. You can feel this sensation that seems to swallow your body. From your head to your toe, you feel this almost renewed vigor. And things begin to change inside of your armor. Where before, you're already regarded as a relatively strong individual, now you'll note that the arms of your person seem to be growing tighter in the shoulders. Your traps seem to be swelling up and being pinched by the armor itself. It's very, very unnatural, but it feels quite empowering.
I'm a beefcake.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Are you sure you're not one of the city guards? Because I could swear you're on Swole Patrol right now, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Boom!
Yeah, no, I like...
And I so want to say that the minute you put the belt on, you just hear John Thena's theme song.
No, see, I had gauntlets that did that.
Yeah,
that was like yeah, Bub, whatever happened to the gauntlets of the legend?
Gone.
They went with you when you died?
Yeah, but did no one take them off of Kimia's corpse?
Hell no, we knew they were cursed.
They weren't cursed. You cannot tell me bracers that loudly blasted "You Can't See Me Now" are cursed. That is a blessing in disguise. Either way, I'll take my Swole Patrol, and having this renewed energy, I'm going to start doing a few push-ups and, just a few workout routines.
I feel the need to lift.
You guys come in, I'm just bench pressing the bed. Hey guys, sup? How you doing? Yeah.
So did essentially like he went like a powering up Super Saiyan, like his body mass just like increased out of nowhere?
Yes. Yes.
Do I change?
Yeah, he did the Trunks and Vegeta training.
Yeah.
Yes, he hit the chamber. The chamber. You know which chamber I'm talking about too. Balthar, the sun is giving you such a flare right now. You are like a holy figure. Is there anything that you can do regarding that sunspot?
I think his dad walked in the room.
Would be great.
To open the curtains. I remember seeing his dad walk up and look out the window. I think that's when he just kind of let in.
No, that's just Sarenrae letting us know that Balthar is not as evil as we truly think.
Bub, what do I write this down, and does it do anything? Do I need to find out what it does?
You would need to identify exactly what it does, but you know that it increases your strength.
Okay.
To what degree, you're not entirely sure.
So right now you could just write it down as makes me swole as fuck.
Yeah, I'm writing it as the swole belt. Now I need a swole belt to go with it.
So I don't actually know. Okay, alright. It doesn't seem like she's here right now, but it's totally just followed by an awesome streamer.
Oh.
Really awesome streamer. If you guys aren't familiar with Margaret Crone, you should check out Margaret Crone. I may have just fangirled a little bit. Because I'm a huge fan. Quite a huge fan, actually. And I was just followed by Margaret Crone. Feels good, man. Feels good. Alright. We're good. We're back. Yes, the hyperbolic time chamber, that is correct. So yes, each of you have been given your notes. Passing the floor back to Jerrod.
Yeah, stepping out, he would kind of pull his door shut, linger a moment, and then move on towards Klaus's door and just give him a good old knock. Boom, 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 boom. Cop knock style.
Don't let him in, he's a fed.
Audible knocking is ringing throughout your door despite you having just laid down.
I'm going to turn on my side and hope it goes away.
Okay.
As I do in real life. When things happen, when I'm in bed, I just...
No, whenever he thinks of Jerrod, he just kind of rolls over and goes, not again. No.
Just go away.
No more stupid for one day. I know you're in there. I can hear you when you sleep. You snore real loud in that body. Dun, 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 dun. I'll do things to your doorknob.
I'll roll over and cast open close on the door.
Okay. The door itself seems to jar and open. When you look upon the room itself, you see that his back has turned away from the door and his hand is up, almost in that unnatural, like it's this very unnatural twist of his fingers, a flourish, if you will.
I like to imagine I just have my hand kind of periscoping around for me.
Okay.
But yeah, stepping in, he'll kind of lean aside and he'll kick the door shut behind him and lean back against it. In the middle of the door, he's respectful. Tempted, but respectful. Hey, kid. I know. I'm the first to go ahead and say that we need to be getting to sleep, but here's the thing. And at this point, he'll kind of like hop the ring box in his palm a little bit. I found this in my room. And, you know, it came with a rather lovely note that, of course, wasn't signed by anybody or anything like that. But it's been lined in human.
Did you say lined in human?
Give or take. I mean, it's got this. I don't want to throw it at you because you're in bed, and I don't want to get your sheets all greasy and everything. But it was like smothered in rendered human fat. You know, kind of like soap.
This will get me out of the bed, as I am interested. Also horrified, but more so intrigued.
But yeah, you know, it's a ring in a box, and well, I know you guys keep telling me to stop putting things in strange holes. So I thought
you would do well not to wear this before it has been thoroughly checked out.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, you know what, Jerrod, don't put your finger in this just yet. Got to go ahead and get it, you know, pass it by the crew and everything. So yeah, and at this point he'll kind of open the box, and I'm not getting on a knee for you, but there. Offer it over.
I will detect magic the fuck out of it.
Certainly, by all means. As you detect magic, you can tell that it has this latent aura about it. However, when you view it, it's different. Most rings kind of put off this enchantment aura. It's like a fading light of sorts. But in this case, as you peer over the ring, this has a very different kind of energy to it. It almost seems as if there's like red tracers of teeth gnashing over the top of the wood, and it seems to be circling, ever fluid.
Was there any kind of acknowledgement that came with this, or a note, or I don't know, perhaps a severed head?
No, that would have been super helpful. No, there was a letter to, you know, the quote-unquote bastard Skellering. Basically just said it was there to help. I mean, you know, it's back in my room, but really it didn't, you know, it wasn't like it had any hint or anything like that I could read anyway. But no, I mean, is this safe?
It's got magical properties. I can't exactly discern what they do.
So it is a voodoo ring, like I thought.
That seems to be the case, especially being coated with human fat, as it were.
Well, at least it's not a mimic. So I'm stepping up in the world.
I would recommend you don't put this on just yet. We should have Horam take a look at it and see what he can discern.
I think this is a good opportunity, if he's actually around, to begin hopping into the game, if that's something that he wants to do right now. If he's around, of course.
Yeah, he is around. I just saw him in the Discord, but we didn't want to go ahead and just like toss him into everything. And
certainly.
Have you get pissy. In fact, can we go ahead and take a fiver?
Yeah, we can do just that. If you guys wanted to take a quick break, to go ahead and get you know, a bathroom break, get some drinks, get popcorn, whatever it is that you guys want to do, this is a good opportunity to just do that. And I'll take any questions if anybody has any of that. I'm going to go ahead and PM a few people and talk to anybody that would like to kind of hang out. Hopefully people would...
And maybe go ahead and send like a tweet over at the fangirl, no, over at Miss Crone, and be like, "Thank you so much."
Hey, look, man, you don't run my life, okay? I this person may or may not already know, may or may not, but yes, go ahead, get your drinks, get your smoke on, do whatever you guys got to do. I'm not exactly going anywhere, so I'm gonna be here for a little while.
Right, back in a minute.
No problem at all. I'm gonna throw away some trash, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey. I'll just say this much, though. I know the entire chat is surprised that I didn't instantly go ahead and throw my finger in that. That's character growth right there.
What, the doorknob?
No, you're fucking dumb.
You didn't instantly go ahead and shove it up your ass? No.
Yeah. Wait, you mean this isn't a cock ring?
Not quite.
That's...
Not quite. So, for anybody that's watching, if this is your first time here, this is the Shackled City Show. We run every Wednesday. We missed last Wednesday because I was on vacation. But in this case, we are returning. This is episode 95. We're closing on 100 episodes, which is pretty exciting. I'm Bub. This is my casting crew. We normally run a 5-man crew. Thursday nights, I run Whispers with a whole slew of people. That would be... Oh, goodness. Scissors, Bloody Faster, Nox Lumos, The Astropub, and Panic Control. Friday nights, I run with Ben Briggs, Grizzly Ben. I've got this. Hold on, it's hard to remember everyone. Lobos Jr., Scientific Gaming, and...
Ben Briggs.
I already said Ben Briggs, Grizz Ben...
Blacklight.
Blacklight Attack. There it is. Bam, boom, bam. Got it. I run 3 games a week. I run a 4th off-stream, but you guys can't see that because, well, you know, it's like off-stream and stuff, man. That's
his ERP game. He doesn't really like people seeing that one.
Hey. Negative. It's not quite an erotic roleplay. Not quite.
It's the hot and heavy one.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of my games kind of do that. If you guys are familiar with regular conventional tabletop gaming, my Thursday and Friday night groups are probably the opposite of that. Hold on just a second. Let me go ahead and turn on all of these cameras and close down all of those cameras.
Sup, Benny?
And then move some spots around.
By the way, guys,
Canadian!
I thought about whether or not I wanted to just slap that belt on me. I decided it's best to just
do the thing.
Yeah, that could happen.
It's a 50-50 shot. Either it's going to be something that's really cool and really nice, or it's going to be a belt that chokes me every time I ask a question. So, you know.
It sounds like a win-win either way.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, you can go ahead and get that autoerotic asphyxiation going on in the middle of the night.
You thought Thursdays was the erotic roleplay? It might as well be. But the Wednesday night game itself is the closest it actually gets to 6 friends sitting down having a traditional tabletop game with loads of jokes. We are not shy of our dick and fart jokes. I'm just surprised.
After 90 sessions, I think we've pretty much all become friends.
People also don't like to be as sassy as we like to do to each other.
It's true. It's true.
Especially tonight.
When you're working with the casters, they're super polite and kind to each other. They give each other the floor. But you guys are not that way. Just not that way, man.
See, they're like the European Union, whereas we're more like the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Stop being a cock!
Fuck you! I'm gonna talk over you!
No, fuck you! My bill's better!
Yeah, this is certainly, like, everyone's got their soapbox here. They don't take turns. They just yell louder and louder. And then there's Ronald, who, well, doesn't really yell. He doesn't yell.
He doesn't yell. He just bashes heads into the desk.
It's true. It's so true.
Well, you don't want to listen to me? Okay. Doom!
It's true. It's true. Mean Rabbit brings up a good point. All 3 games are completely different. I would say the most gaming focused is probably Fridays. Thursdays it's like a teeter on comfort, and it's always just past the line. Yeah. It's always just past the line. It's kind of like a no holds barred game, and this one is like...
It comes to the line, and then Bloody steps in.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a whole new line.
An easy way to kind of describe it, Fridays you're more... It's like you said, they're a bit more game-oriented, whereas your Thursday group's more role-play-oriented. And then there's us. We're more oriented to grab each other by the throat.
Or balls.
Yeah, both.
But not a sexual manner.
No.
Yes, we must clutch the means of appropriation.
I'm really glad that you didn't say meats of appropriation there. We're here to clutch the meats of appropriation. Oh, man.
petition to change the flurry of blows.
Yeah.
to the meat handlers. My word.
This is known as the Dutchman's rudder.
Look,
Oh, God.
Be proud.
Look, you said that we have to reform. The only way we can do this is by becoming a new group. We can become the meat handlers.
By the way, I personally wanted to thank Margaret Crone, Ice Squishy, and the Loyal Soldier for the follows, guys. Along with Bad Decision, MC Blingbot, again, Marijuana, Rainbow Butt Blast, and Cannon. Thank you guys so much for absolutely everything. Hey guys, yeah, it's true. Dade, I came back, buddy. Do I have a PS4? I do have a PS4, but I'm not really much of a console gamer. That is primarily my wife. She does a lot of console gaming. She's actually venturing into the entire Mass Effect series for the first time on Xbox One. So that's going to be really exciting for her. She's currently most of the way through the first one. Yeah.
Oh, look at all those Craigasms.
Oh, Dade.
That's so loud.
Dade the bits. And for the record, guys, I also wanted to let everybody know that I did it. I ordered the computer.
Yay!
Yeah, I ordered the computer, and the parts should be here within the next day or so. We are operating on a Ryzen beast. I can actually go ahead and drop.
Not about your processor.
No, it never showed up today.
Oh God.
Whew.
It never showed up, but that's okay because Amazon is great about making my needs become met. I'm going to link this here so everybody can see this fancy rig. Is it going to be stream built? Yes, it will be stream built. I will build it live on stream. This is the link to that right there. It's PC Part Picker build. But you guys should be able to see this monster. It is rather expensive. It's not, like I would say, a high-tier build by any means, but this should last me the next few years, to say the least. You, Ryzen. Oh, I don't have any problems with Ryzen. Dude, I play D&D. I didn't even really need this processor, but from time to time, I have been graced with a few game copies, or excuse me, codes for Steam to play newer games, and I just don't want it to look like garbage when I'm streaming it. Plus, I would actually like to be able to play Dark Souls 3 on stream. That would be really exciting.
Finally.
You'll definitely be able to play Dark Souls on this.
Yes.
I made a character specific. Yes. Can't wait to get back
specifically
to
to invade me?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
I also have a character like that.
I know. Oh, no, it's...
I may have to remake that character.
It's A-okay, though.
Yes.
It is...
I think we both ended up getting carried away.
It's A-okay, Dade. I'm not upset about that, even in the slightest. But yeah, guys, I think we're all back. We're all ready. Everybody good? Can we kick this back up?
Yeah, I'm awesome. I am good to go.
Good. All right,
Still waiting for our mad Canadian to go ahead and say hi or something.
Yes, Horam, please step in and say hi. Oh, it looks he has in fact said hi or something. What do you think, Horam? What do you think of the new overlay, man?
I like the new overlay.
Do you?
I was just looking at it.
It's pretty, right?
It's, nice.
It's pretty. Kirk did quite a bang up job with this one. I like what he's put out this time. This time. Next time, I hope I'm just as lucky. But yes, guys, I'm trying to shift into using more of a dynamic layer. We do have moving parts. We've got fancy smokes and birdies, and there's, in fact, the body swaying. So that's something that I would love to bring to stream more often. Just tell me what you think. Is it worth? Do you like this kind of thing, or are you indifferent? Do you care less? I hope you care, because we work hard to make this.
No, shit's dope as fuck, dude.
I'm kind of curious to see what the one with the map looks like. So I kind of can't wait for that.
It's actually, you're going to see more with this one, because there is less occupying the screen.
No, that's what I imagine. I wonder how it looks, personally.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you might see it tonight. It's looking less like that, but you might see it tonight.
Oh boy, guys. Let's try and get into a bar brawl with a bunch of people, and we'll see if we can force them to move us onto a map.
It's tops.
Now that Annie's here, we need to go ahead and have a chit chat with Horam about a ring.
Probably more than that.
Fingers.
Horam, remember, Horam had just gone through with
death.
Yes, well, death is a very important part, but he had also brought someone back from death. he had to go through the supernatural ability to return Klaus to the realm of the living outside of, you know, a mechanical turtle's body. Not that I think Klaus has a problem with that. I mean, he was putting in some work as the mechanical turtle.
Dude, those frost bolts for like 3 damage.
Oh yeah, wasn't he also?
He was a heal bot.
He also got scolded by Saren Ray.
It was really, really intense. I mean, Klaus was also biting at dangly bits. If you remember that fight, he crawled up the armor and bit at some nether regions. Anything that he could. But back to game. You said you wanted to approach Horam. Where did you guys stash the cardboard cutout? Did you just chuck him into his room?
Yeah,
I put him on those little like laundry pins, and then just as he like came to, like he pops out. And then
we slid him under the door.
It's a shame that we only got halfway finished with that, and then we kind of left.
Yeah,
he's like one of those anime posters,
he keeps
so
his door locked with us around, so we just kind of like stuffed him under.
It took a couple of tries. He's like one of those anime posters where he's angled oddly, so we had to like slide him in, tilt him, and then like kind of flip him into the back, so he's like somewhat under the bed when he comes to.
He has a few wrinkles on the corners, but it's fine. Just take an iron.
So Horam, you will find yourself awakened in your room on the floor, mere feet away from the bed and the door alike. It's likely that as you come to life from your cardboard cutout self, you will find that you are lying next to your chamber pot in your room. It has gone mostly unused, and it has since been cleaned due to the fact that you've been gone for more than a week. But since you've returned, your belongings have been unscathed, they've been untouched, and you are met with no retort from anything other than the silence of your room, no one deep-throating your doorknob, no one casting a spell at you. It's kind of nice. You've got to admit it.
Kind of relieving. So I'm gonna take my time and just sit on the edge of my bed and think about what's happened until my door gets suckled or kicked down or blown open. Whatever happens first.
And with that extreme notion, there's a very audible poof, poof, poof. Jerrod bellowing. Yes, I'm going to relish in the quiet. Poof. Yeah. Please.
Open up!
Open the door.
It's locked.
I didn't lock it.
It was.
I'm gonna get up and open the door.
I'll do strange things to your door. Nah, hey. How you doing?
I'm gonna close the door again. Just go sit back down on my bed.
You seem
don't be like that.
to attempt to close the door on his face, but Jerrod swings his foot inside to stop you from doing so. He's not going to put up much of a fight. Jerrod, you can enter into the room. Klaus, are you entering in tow, or are you just staying in your bed, back turned to the door?
I'll probably follow. I'm interested enough by this ring. I want to see what's going on with it.
Okay.
Hey, Horam, good to see you're awake. You know, we were a little worried about you. You kind of passed out there after doing the whole thing to Klaus. Got a minute?
I don't remember a whole lot. I just woke up on the floor. But yeah, I feel relatively okay, I think.
Good. Because I need your expertise. You see, I've kind of run into something a little odd here. You see, I went back to we got back, I had a beer, everything was good, we were all Gucci. And when I went into my room, there was this package, right? Which, hey, is, let's be honest, a little weird for me. But yeah, somebody left me something. And, you know, if that's not odd enough, you're going to love this. It was smothered in human fat. Well, I mean, rendered human fat. No, so it was super hygienic and all, but it kind of had a weird smell and everything. And there was this box, right? And it had a ring in there, and you know, you guys told me not to go ahead and put my fingers in anything strange anymore. So I thought, this is certainly strange. So I went ahead and talked to Klaus about it, and he was like, that'd be evil as fuck. So I thought, who better to go ahead and know if this is evil or not than you?
I'm just gonna look at it, and I'm gonna flick on my detect evil.
Okay, as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem to have any kind of natural, latent, evil aura.
I'm gonna hold it in my hands and just be like, it's not evil, but it's gross. I wouldn't put my finger in this, but I'm not you. I'm gonna hand in the ring back in the palm of my hand.
And I'm gonna kind of like tip it into the box and everything, because I'm not risking any accidents.
Jerrod, you know that you need to find, if it doesn't kind of set off anything for Horam, who's a paladin, then you need to be able to find a caster, be it sorcerer, wizard, or even potentially a craftsman in town for these kind of goods that could potentially identify the magical properties that are on this. For any spellcaster, this comes down to a mere spellcraft check.
Yeah, and Klaus has not volunteered to do that, so I'm kind of like, guys, am I going to have to go ahead and see him?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Klaus, you know I haven't, like, met them personally. I've only heard you telling us about them. You know I'm going to have to drag you along.
No. No, you're not.
I hear they're great people.
I dare you to stop me. You can come voluntarily, or I can carry you kicking and screaming.
You see, the thing is, I'm going to go lay down and sleep, and you get to go...
Tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow.
Enjoy their
let's agree.
company. I have a feeling you would like to see them at night.
Are you serious? This is so important that it's got to happen tonight.
I'm not saying it has to happen tonight. I'm just suggesting you go tonight.
Well, you know, I did want to talk to him about something having to do with my armor and everything. I suppose you're right. I may as well just get it done. Shit. All right. But can I at least go ahead and use your name when I go knock on their door? Because it is the middle of the night. It'd be kind of rude not to.
Use my name as much as you like.
All right.
They'll ask you to finger waggle.
What?
You heard what I said. They'll ask you to finger waggle. So just loosen up that joint.
Okay. Now, you think they're going to do it for free?
I couldn't say for sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're doing it tonight. Get it done. Horam, Klaus, I suppose, thank you. Click the box shut and kind of just hop it in my hand, and I guess, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
If they don't ask, or if it's not free, they won't be asking for money, rather they'd ask for favors. So you're good on the money end.
Sakata, recall that you are mere doorways down, and you can probably overhear your allies speaking regarding this. You know...
It's not like I knock quietly.
Right. He's not exactly quiet.
Yeah.
He's been banging on doors, demanding attention, or he's going to fillet the doorknobs. It's none of your business, but you may be encouraged to step in at some point. Jerrod seems to be going to an unknown place, or at least unknown to him. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
What I planned on doing was actually taking off my armor, putting on plain clothes, but like keeping the belt on, and then just kind of walking out and seeing what the issue was.
Okay, all right. So
why he's arguing
so you're going to attempt to take the belt off briefly.
No, I'm not gonna try to take it off. I'm wearing it with my clothing. I'm just
Well, you
taking
just
off
said that
the
you need
chest
to take your armor off.
I mean, was it supporting things that weren't already being supported?
Remember, your armor itself, it's not just like, it's not as simple as just declaring
it's
I take it off.
It's a top part and the legs.
Right,
the
but
arm.
there's also the girdle portion. If you're wearing that, it's going to attach to your equipment at some point. And remember, this is like a 35-pound belt. It is 100% in your way of reaching things. It's large, it's obnoxious. Sure, it makes you stronger, but it's going to be difficult to remove your equipment.
Would I have been able to take it off?
Oh, yes, you would be able to. That shouldn't be an issue.
Then I would have taken it off, undressed, probably put it back on because it's that new shiny thing.
Sure, I gotcha.
And then walk out into the hallway.
What type of armor are you wearing for the people that are watching?
For the people who are watching, it was the breastplates that you gave us.
Oh, so then it's just a breastplate. It's not actually full plate.
Full, yeah.
Gotcha.
I forgot that. Yeah, no. When I died before, I was wearing full plate before. The first time I died forever and a half ago. But after that, I came back and all I had was the breastplate and then clothing.
Okay. So yeah, you're wearing a breastplate. In that case, it's not going to occupy the largest portion of your character. It's only like an upper half bit. Remember that it seems to sidle down and it rounds over your like the girdle part of your body, blocking your genitals, but not in a way that's going to hurt you. It's still kind of in the way.
It's armor.
It's still going to be kind of in the way. But yeah, you likely would have removed anything and everything that would be in the way to return to your natural state. But you'll step outside immediately, and you'll see your friends. Jerrod is banging on the door. Klaus is in tow. He seems to be disturbed, upset, let down, a slew of adjectives, but he never seems to be pleased. Klaus, when you look down, a few doors down, you see that Sakata is wearing just plain clothes. It looks like his basic tunic and pants, but he has this enormous, like, girthy belt that seems to cover most of his lower abdomen. It's like a fucking wrestler's belt. Like a WCW title belt that he's wearing.
What can I say? What can I say? I'm the champ. You just gotta look at it all the time.
It's strange to see you out of armor. I had almost forgotten what it looked like when you're not covered in chunky metal.
It's not fun sleeping in plate armor. It's not.
But it's fun sleeping in a metal belt.
Klaus, you will...
Is this like a chastity thing? Or...
You will see that he does look a little different. He looks like he just stepped out of like the NFL Combine. Homie looks like he's been bench pressing cars.
Yeah, Jerrod's gonna kind of look at
Sakata
and be like,
bursting out of his compression shorts.
Yeah, Jerrod's gonna be looking at Sakata, give him an up and down, and be like,
I actually run back.
Fist.
I run back into the room, go put on my Spanx, and come back out. Okay, guys, I'm
Chug
good.
3 bottles of wine.
He is, when he steps out, this is not somebody that you would avidly want to irritate in a bar brawl. Like, even his veins that are popping out of his fucking temple are like flexing on you, and he's like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's just standing there with his protein shake. Just like, sup, dude?
He also might be mildly handicapped.
Please say that we can have that scene out of Predator where they just gonna go ahead and like.
I'm gonna look at them and say, okay, so why are you? Besides my unaddressedness, and this was a gift. I'll address that now. Why are you screaming that you're going to fillet doorknobs?
Well, they weren't going to open the damn door anyway. You know, I had to go ahead and put some kind of threat out, but neither here nor there. I'm going back out into town real quick. Did somebody leave something for you?
I'm going to point down.
You notice that when he points down, it looks almost obtuse in nature. It's like he's borderline flexing at you.
No, I'm not getting on my knees around you, man.
I mean the belt, Jerrod. This giant thing that happens to be around my waist that I don't know how often you look at me, but I definitely haven't had this.
Yo, bro, I don't look at what you wear under your armor, so that's on you. But no, so you got something too, right?
Yeah, I got this.
Did yours say who it was from?
No, it came with a note. It sounded like some kind of fan of me. So I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, well,
I simultaneously love and hate Sakata.
I got a fan.
Look, it's probably an adoring fan who's heard of our exploits and was like, "Oh, hey, I should show my appreciation." Did you get something?
You just went ahead and this isn't fair. Okay, Klaus, Horam, I want to go ahead and have you two witness on me. I didn't go ahead and just throw some random shit left on my bed on because you guys asked me not to.
I'm going to look at Klaus.
He, who gave me the most shit about putting my hand up in that beholder, in that mimic, just went ahead and threw that shit on. Just like, cool, fam. Bam!
I found this neatly wrapped up with a nice little note on it on my bed. I did not find it in the depths of a dungeon that smelled like ass, where we were likely to die.
But didn't even think about going ahead and asking these guys if it's safe. No, that's cool. But anyways, I found a ring. And, well, they're saying it's putting off weird vibes. So I'm going back into town, and I'm going to go ahead and meet Klaus's magical friends.
Jerrod, Klaus, can I get a perception, please?
Mm-hmm.
I see nothing.
Okay. Jerrod seems to be
just go, I can't see! I can't see!
He seems to be entirely enamored by the well-built individual before him, despite him consistently pointing at his general midsection and or general region. Still fascinated by this ring. Klaus, you note that behind him, when he grabbed at the handle of the door, this traditional brass knob, he pulled it closed. You notice that the knob itself was removed from the door.
That bastard!
Just stripped it right from the door itself. And it's interesting because he hasn't even taken notice of it. From the yelling of Jerrod about not letting me in rooms, he's actually still clutching it. So when he pointed down at his belt line, this enormous wrestling belt, one hand is like finger guns pointing down, the other is clutching a doorknob.
Nobody's going to mention anything that this horrible monster of a man just went ahead and destroyed a doorknob in front of me. I see how it is.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? What? I'm gonna look back at my door.
He didn't see it. He didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
so
no,
I didn't see shit.
He's just saying, like, is nobody going to tell me?
I'm too busy going ahead and admiring your.
We're going to talk about what you did to your door.
What did I do to my door? I'm gonna turn around and see what I did to my door. Oh, I'm gonna look down at my hand. Oh.
When you open up your palm, you realize that you're clutching the brass handle, and while it's not the strongest material, you've managed to leave multiple finger impressions in the brass mold itself.
I'm going to softly push it into Sniper and just... Here.
What?
Into his hand! Into my hand!
What?
It's gonna call me much!
Well, okay.
CMD versus CMD! I'm rolling this shit!
Oh, God! I just got really scared. Jesus.
I'm gonna push it into Sniper. Yes, sir!
Oh!
I'm in Thursdays, calm down!
Yeah, no joke. I slowly turn around and I push it into Sniper. Like, oh my God! I was not anticipating that. Well done. Well done.
What I meant...
So apparently he hands it to Sniper.
You know how, like when you would put
that's
something
the
to
case.
someone's chest, and you'd like until they like take it or something. Like you're pushing it onto them.
Yeah.
I'm going to be not, like poosh. I'm just going to be like, this is
okay. He seems to put it up to your chest, and as he does so, give me a reflex, please, Jerrod.
Yeah, because I'm good at those too, apparently.
The he rolls a 1. He just fucking flew into the
16.
wall.
Jerrod, as you're kind of like, you reach up to grab whatever he's pushing into your chest, but you stumble back from the initial shove of his push. You don't know what it is, but Sakata, you see him kind of fall back, like he almost ragdolls backward.
Are you? Is your leg injury that bad? You...
Horam, you can now see him with your door open. The flexing Big Papa Pump that is Sakata.
I think
his freaks and his peaks.
I'm not certain, but I feel like the belt might be some way of compensating.
And for the record, Jerrod's feeling a little self-conscious now because till this moment, he's always been the big, strong one. And now he's kind of getting pushed around, and it's like, you fucker.
This is like 50 strength or something. It's not quite that dramatic. But when you go from a 20 and you shift up multiple ability scores, there is a dramatic change. A dramatic change in this. You made him into the Hulk, but when he turns back, he's still dumb.
Is he gonna do like every time he's like done like saying something, he's gonna be like, now holla if you hear me, and then like these fucking sirens are gonna go off out of nowhere.
Good lord. Take it easy, Stu. Have a good one, buddy. Have a good one. So, now that he has managed to shove you back, you find that, yeah, he looks kind of not necessarily flabbergasted, but a little befuddled. You managed to easily tousle him backward into the wall itself. Horam, you can see this. Klaus, you guys can actually tell that something about this enormous belt around his waist is providing him with a new, defined strength.
He's been juicing, guys. Somebody do something about this.
Yeah, I started treatments the second I got back in my room. You'd be surprised at how fast these results come.
He just comes out of his room. Guys, someone left me all this protein powder.
Hey guys, doctors hate him. Find out the one secret he's been doing.
5 tips you can do to jump 2 abilities.
We want to bump. Drew up.
Just pump it.
Calm down, Kinseko. Let's take a step back and analyze what has changed here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, his muscles got really, really big and his testicles got really, really small.
I'm going to detect magic and take a look at this newfound belt of his.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you see me coursing with swole energy.
It's definitely putting off the enchantment aura. You can tell that it's providing him with this almost unnecessary upgrade to his person.
I turn on detect magic and just hear Terry Crews going, Euro, training, Euro,
muscle, flex, muscle,
flex.
There's just Terry Crews as a ghostly power. Like, feel the power! Oh!
You look up and like it's
an enemy
like
stand.
Yeah, it's an enemy stand.
See, that's actually what it is. See, in mundane natural vision, it looks like a giant stone, but under the magical spectrum, it's just yelling Terry. It's Terry Crews' yelling face.
Is it still a spinner? Can it still be a spinner, and it just twists and spins on his belt?
I'm sure we can make something happen.
So since I like Sakata a lot more than I like Jerrod, I'm gonna actually do a spellcraft check on this belt and find out what it does.
You cock!
Thanks, friend.
Give me a spellcraft.
Alright.
Oh, that's
I
right.
actually like him. Fuck you too.
I'm getting lightheaded. Jesus Christ.
It is. This is. It's definitely the.
Oh God, it's a 34.
It's wow, wow. Okay, all right.
Not only does he know this shit, he helped build it.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're familiar with this. It's not like it's rendered ancient technology. This is something that is not traditionally passed away to adventurers, but this is something that is moved to very specific builders or those that have to consistently lift heavy materials. It is a magical, by magical means, he has been granted a belt of giant strength. For all intents and purposes, it is +4 to your strength.
Oh my god.
I know. It makes you stronger. What's that about? Something else I'm going to have to figure out how to steal from you.
No!
For the record, for those of you that are watching at home and you are unfamiliar with how my systems work, I run D&D games, and you guys earn reputation by sitting in stream or by donating or becoming a patron, so on and so forth. The reputation is a chat currency that can actually be spent to influence the games. Maybe you want a temporary quirk. Maybe you want to curse an item. Drop in some monsters. Possibly benefit the players themselves and drop in items. In this case, a belt of giant strength. This is something that you can do. Again, everything does have a cost, and you can check out the cost and how to donate by !table. Checking out the table right there will give you guys the rundown of what it takes to put in a magical item. If there's something that you find that you want to put in, and it doesn't tell you what its challenge rating, caster level, so on and so forth, then just come to me and be like, Bub, I got the rep to put in something badass. Can I do that? And then find whatever that is, and I'll come up with the cost for you. Does it come with an intelligence drain? Negative. Negative. As much as I like the idea of Jerrod and Sakata actually being Bebop and Rocksteady, I don't know if it's entirely necessary because I feel like they're already there.
I'm already bebopping.
God damn. I thought it was going to be like a +1 or a +2. Oh boy.
Well, no, I think the giant strength will put you at 24 regardless of where you were at before.
It definitely puts me...
the one he has right now is at 24.
It definitely puts me at 24 now, so...
I know there is a belt, I don't know the name of it.
Yay, Groovy Edge, thank you so much for the follow, brother. I appreciate that. Welcome to the fam. And everybody else that's followed tonight, I greatly appreciate it. Guys, we're going to go on for about another hour, I believe. If you give me an opportunity, please, I need to step away, run to the bathroom, grab a cold water, and I'll return. I'll let these guys occupy you and let them come up with what they're going to do next. Remember, we still have to tackle personal story for Balthar before we end the night. So, decide what you will. I'm going to go ahead and turn the tavern music up just a little bit and let you guys have the floor. So I'll be...
Move in, I move out. Hands up, hands. Oh, it's not the tavern music. My bad.
Back up, back up. No, it's not.
I was waiting for Elf Song, I'm not going to lie.
Be right back.
So I have this pounding migraine now from laughing too hard.
I don't know why, but I can't hear the tavern music.
It's probably because you've got the Roll20 turned way down.
Yeah,
I have mine's all the way up.
Oh yeah, no, mine's... Yeah, I think he has it set super quiet for us.
I can hear it just fine.
I can hear it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know that
Let me
whenever
refresh.
you go into your volume mixer, if you've ever gone ahead and...
I have to take my headphones off in order to hear it for me.
I'm still pissed off about that. I mean, what gives you the right to go ahead and accuse me about putting my hands in weird places and you just go ahead and slap strange shit on you?
I've already had strange shit on me, though.
Yeah, just willy-nilly. You don't even think about it.
No!
It is
I've
short-sighted.
dealt with the strange shit.
You guys just are not allowed to give me shit about that anymore.
No, it
that's
is
right.
Done.
Roll
There is
20.
a consistency. If I get things from people that I meet, that I see in front of me, I have no issue putting it on. But if it's something along the lines of a cursed artifact in the middle of a dungeon, I'll have a little bit more
saw
skepticism.
who left that on your bed. Yeah, God forbid it could have been, something intended to go ahead and kill you in the middle of the night.
It could have been. I completely agree. It could have been it could have been a suicide belt that just poisoned me.
Yeah, all I'm saying is,
What if it
was
stole your
short-sighted,
strength?
and I think it was a bad move on your part. Luckily, it seems to have worked out for you. Just don't steal my protein powder.
No, don't worry. I just eat chickens whole.
I'm gonna eat every fucking chicken in here.
Like, I just throw it in. I dehinge my jaw like a snake. It's great protein in the morning. You think your eggs and bacon are really good?
So you went ahead and learned from one of the hookers downstairs, right? I think I know which one you met. Yeah, she had to go ahead and show me the trick last time I was trying to. You know what? Let's go ahead and talk about something else.
Also, for what it's worth, if you were to put these items on immediately, the ones you got, I wouldn't give you shit in this situation. This is the one where I wouldn't give you shit because it's not a random item.
That's not true.
Well,
if I'd have shoved this on my finger and it had turned out to be like a ring of vampirism, you'd be like, "No, we told you not to put your fingers in stupid shit anymore."
It keeps you in your were shark form under complete control.
See, I'd be
One
like,
can only dream.
What? I can't give you too much shit because you got it from a source that you trusted. If Will came up to me and said, "Hey, put this thing on," I'd do it without probably thinking. As long as it wasn't something that like, if he handed me the Mimic Orb and said, "Hey, put your hand up this," probably would have looked at me and be like, "No." But if he went out shopping one day and's like, "Dude, I went to this mysterious stall and I picked this up because it reminded me of you. Put this on," I'd be like, "Oh, dude. Thanks.
Oh, dude, that's so sweet. I love you too.
Thanks, man."
Aww. Flurry of bros for life.
Yeah,
Welcome
exactly.
back, Bubs.
We get
Hi.
class ranks, essentially.
Oh, Bub's back?
Hi, I might
Yeah.
be.
Hello.
I'm just picturing Klaus now walking, after hearing this, going over to some random stall, picking up the least or the most bad magical thing he could find.
No.
Here, try this on. I
No,
found
what
this.
Klaus is going to do, Klaus is going to go ahead and find out a way to get, like, pink ribbon armor. He's going to be like, yes, Sakata needs this.
But he's got to get it cursed so that he can't take it off until it's sundered.
So we see that Sakata gets increased dexterity, but only when he's carrying this this pink ribbon that he has to dance in the middle of combat with.
It's a what's it called? A twirler. I just have to hold on to the little stick and I have to twirl
It's
it.
a combat ribbon, okay?
Yeah, as he pirouettes and just through combat.
Well,
Turns out to be a whip.
we've got that hour, guys. It's up to you how you'd like to use it.
Yeah, so that having been said, I plan to go ahead and see. I really can't even remember their names. Good lord.
Charlie and
Charlie and the Mistress.
Yes.
Come on, you've got a name.
Yeah, I know. It's in the Google Doc, which I do not have up at the moment.
You would think it is. Funny thing about that.
You would think it is.
It better be. It was there last I looked.
I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with a Hasha.
Sasha.
There you go.
Yep.
Actually, it's not. It was
Mr. Sasha.
It was Basha.
Yes.
Close.
Very
Damn.
close. Very close. Common misconception, actually. It's Mistress Bot. No, it's Sasha.
The B is silent,
Yes.
replaced by an S, but only in this circumstance.
Mistress Sasha. She does, in fact, run the Shining Tome with her gopher boy, Charlie Miles.
When Jerrod says that he's going there, I'd say, I could take a walk with you. I need to get out and get a little bit more fresh air with this newfound energy that I seem to have acquired.
Yeah, you can go ahead and go walking out with me. Just promise you don't go ahead and fuck up any chickens that we come across. Or at least pay for them first.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Apparently.
What did I miss?
We were discussing that my new diet consists of whole chickens.
He doesn't even go ahead
Oh,
and strip
God.
it down. No, he just goes ahead and unhinges his jaw because he was talking with this one girl, Felicity, downstairs, and she showed him how to do it.
It all started off with him telling me not to eat his protein powder. Told him that I get plenty. It's fine.
I was gone for a minute.
Exactly.
I feel like I missed so much conversation. I'll just never go
It's
pee
okay.
again.
All of
Bub,
the conversation was had between those
Bub,
two.
you
and
know
I'm pretty
us.
sure
You know
Klaus
how
and-
We actually
long things
flourished
will go in a
about-
minute.
we flourished about 5 subplots while you were gone. There's one between Innie and you know, Balthar. There's one between Sniper and the doorknob. There's one between Jerrod and Turtle. Actually, he brought it back to life.
I'm gonna help make that turtle a man.
Mm-hmm.
Help make this turtle great again.
Good lord. Please not
Worst
like this.
trade deal ever. But yeah, I mean, do you know where this Sasha person is? Because Klaus doesn't want to go ahead and show me.
I believe I know where it is. I have a feeling. Isn't it one of the more standoutish buildings? Especially at night, because it's a fucking rave 24/7.
Klaus! Horam! Directions!
It's across the street.
Thanks.
It's a little more. It's a little more than across the street, actually. But
I'm not giving him the right directions.
he's not actually. He's not actually wrong. So Mr. Sasha and Charlie Miles, they moved into. Do you remember Alec Here's?
Yeah, the alchemy shop.
Yeah, they took over the alchemy shop. So that particular location is where you'll find the Shining Tome. Everything good?
Yeah, sorry, water.
Okay. All right. So, Balthar, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor here, my friend.
Yo.
You have taken it upon yourself to exit the premises. You want to move your way from Cauldron entirely.
Correct. Into the forest so I can go hunt for a game to make a new set of armor.
Okay. Why don't you hit me with what your intentions are entirely? Are you just going to hunt birds? Are you hunting, like, what kind of creature are you trying to find?
I mean, I want to try to use my knowledge to find an animal with an unusually tough hide. So
a bull.
So something rather heavy, maybe like a crocodile if there's like lakes and stuff, or ponds within the region, or yeah, something like usually scaly.
I'll take a look to see if there's anything that kind of fits that description.
Large creature, preferably.
Okay, so Cauldron itself is based inside of a series of mountains. You know, exiting away from Cauldron, getting to any kind of dense foliage is going to take multiple days. It's miles away, in fact. In this case, you would likely have to go past the city of Red Gorge. So you're not really going to find much in the way of at least local lowland creatures outside of baboons. Maybe some farmers will let you pick off a couple of their cows if that's what you so desire.
No, I mean, if we're going to be doing like a month of this, then I'll take that time and I'll make my way out there. But I mean, if that's the case, knowing the distance that I'm going to have to travel, I would inform a guard to have them send word to Griffin's pub to let them know that I'm going to be gone for a few days to try to look for a more suitable game to make my armor from.
Sure. That shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem, mind you. Bear in mind, it's going to put you away from some of the larger details of the events that are happening.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, character-wise, it's something I would take more precedence over anyway.
Okay.
So it's, yeah.
All right. We can work on that. It's going to take you multiple days to get to a primary hunting location. At least to where you are comfortable and safe within your warden estate.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. So that position of floor is actually gonna put you away. So then we are gonna have to be able to move to Jerrod and Sakata. Jerrod and Sakata. Yeah. You guys are moving about the night. It's not really entirely night yet. It's spring, so you're getting those kind of odd hours where it's like 7 and 8 p.m. And there's still like this lurking amount of sunlight that's just draping over the horizon itself. But you know where you're going.
Vaguely.
I I should probably mention I'm still
because I step out and all of a sudden, I'm just looking across the street and Horam, you fucking liar.
It's 100% not going to be across the street.
Doesn't he got a thing about not lying? Bastard.
You didn't tell me where you were going. You said give me directions, and so I said go across the street. I don't know where you're going.
Hey, you're not along with us, you hush up.
I'm not talking to Jerrod, I'm talking to Sniper.
He's out of gaming at the moment.
I mean, we can always just keep walking around.
Stop being so meta.
At this point, we'll find it eventually. Okay. It can't be that hard to locate.
Yeah.
Now, Sakata, you are familiar with the area. You've at least heard from your allies that the Shiny Tome is occupying Alakir's alchemy shop. Or at least that's the impression that you're under. So, it's probably like 5 to 6 blocks away, and it's down near Lowpole Street. Yeah,
I'm not going to tell him where we're walking. I'm just going to walk.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tag along because, he's awful fucking big right now.
Like I mentioned, I don't have.
I'm afraid that if I do something to piss him off, he's going to slap me, and I don't want to go into full bitch.
Yeah, I don't have my armor, and I left Apathy's razor at the inn, so I'm just walking around essentially now in common clothes.
Gotcha. So Buzz Lightyear's walking around with you, Jerrod, seemingly in constant flex mode. With
I've got my sword strapped off across across my back, and just my regular clothing, and this odd boxed ring wrapped up in its paper in my belt.
Sure. Okay.
And that's it. We're going to be just strolling along, making our way downtown.
All right.
Do we see any more orc guards on the way there?
Yeah, you will actually, in fact, see multiple orc guards that are accompanying various humans, the common guard that you guys have seen up to this point.
Would I be able to pull one of them aside?
An orc guard?
Yeah, just any of them that don't seem to be
Sakata, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
You're just gonna.
I want to ask a question.
So you're just gonna like tap him on the shoulder, or?
Yeah, just converse with him. Just be like, "Hey, can I ask you a few questions?"
Sure. You'll find that there are a few of them that are standing near the entrance to an alley. It seems to be nearest Lava Avenue before it coalesces from Trumpet Street to Pole Street.
Would gladly prefer to walk up to one and say, "Excuse me, guard, could I have a word with you, just for a quick second?"
With tight, low brow, he seems to look around for a moment, and he looks down at you. He's got a bit of an underbite. His jaw is distended, so it constantly sounds like he's talking from a tight-lipped mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He looks down to you.
What do you need? Is it something that I can help you with?
I just wanted to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. If you're busy, feel free to send me off.
Can't you see we're guarding here?
I'm going to look around. You seem to be doing a great job. There's no one here.
No one seems to be a threat when Half-Orc is around.
I wanted to ask you, when did Tercion decide to start hiring you guys? I'm an adventurer. I just came back into town. I'm just curious is all.
Tercion, he didn't hire us. We work for someone else.
Would it be the mayor?
It's none of your business. Just know that we're here to guard you. To protect you from getting hurt from any outwards peoples.
Thank you very much, sir. And I hope you have a great night while you guard.
I and you the same. Don't forget to tip your guardsmen.
I'll pull out a gold. You said there's 2 guards, right?
Yes.
I'll give one gold to each of them and say, "Thank you guys for ensuring the peace of the city.
May the streets be ever safer with us upon it."
And I'm gonna walk back over to Jerrod and continue on our route.
Okay.
Really, you had to go ahead and dose them both with a gold?
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not I like to give when I have money. By the way, your brother didn't hire them.
Well, I kind of figured that. Tercion, we kind of grew up in the same household and everything. Besides which, no, I was going to just get it directly from the whole... You know what?
Now we don't have to see Tercion. It's better in my books.
You know
Either
what?
way,
let's just get where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Lead on.
Okay. A few moments will pass before you guys are able to round out near the end of Loophole Street before it turns to Lantern Street, which some of you are more familiar with as the home of Gretchen at Lantern Street Orphanage. Mm-hmm. You'll actually find Alec Kears nearest the end of Loophole. When you knock upon the door, you see that many knuckles have rasped across this particular door. Perceptions, please, from the both of you. Okay. Very good. Before you seem to rasp your knuckles across the door to draw any attention from within inside, both of you seem to hear this almost low-rolling harem music. This almost like darbuka. This hymn, it seems to tap, and a rhythm that seems to want to like drive your hips to gyrate. So, I'm going to play that for you guys here. Seeming to coming within inside, you can hear this emanating through the door itself. It's muffled. People are speaking within inside. You hear this loud scream. What do each of you do?
Yeah, if I hear a loud scream, I'm busted in the door.
Okay, so as you begin...
Well, not busting in the door, but yeah, I'm like...
So as you begin to knock on the door, tap, 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 you hear this scream coming from within inside. You kick open the door? Are you trying to shove it? Well, Sakata, how do you react?
I'm going to be dancing to the music. Okay. Just kind of swaying.
Jerrod, as you begin to throw your shoulder into the door, the moment you tousle your body inward to it, the door swings open, and you're met by a middle-aged, portly human man. He seems to be about 5'5", 5'6". He has the same body type as Winnie the Pooh, except he has twisted mustache, much like yourself, and it's parted at the side. It seems to roll over and then back up like a wave on top of his head. He is wearing the equivalent of clam nipple clamps. He has a vest that seems to keep this open and have flitted before you. Give me a reflex. Bear in mind, you're going to come at this as a negative because you've thrown your body in his way.
Yeah.
It's okay, Jerrod. We'll catch you.
Jerrod,
I can get really crunked at this in the club.
Stumble forward as you throw your body into it, jarring forward, and arms wrap around you as you find yourself both going down at this point. He seems to wrap his arms around you, and as you both slam into the ground, his head bounces off, and he looks at you all starry-eyed. And as he sees you, oh, I think we should go to dinner first, no, don't you think? Is that a sword that's pointing into my leg right now? Is that what I'm feeling?
I heard screaming.
You hear it again from the rear side of the room. When you look up, you see that there are multiple men that are pouring hot wax down the barren breast of a maiden. She seems to be turned to ecstasy. You've come to the Shining Tome. Welcome in. I'm Charlie Miles. You wish to come in and dance with me? Show me your mightiest finger waggle.
Okay, we do got the right place. And Jerrod's going to kind of like start climbing his way up and offer a hand down to Charlie to help him up.
When you offer your hand, he seems to like lift his flowery skirt. What are you reaching for?
Not that.
He grabs at your hand, and he pulls himself upward to it, and he kisses your hand. And as he rises to his feet, he throws one hand over his waist and the other behind him as he bows. I am Charlie Miles. Welcome to the Shining Tome.
And
Oh, and hello.
Yeah.
He seems to wave back
Jerrod's-
behind you. Look at this, ladies, gentlemen. Look at this magnificent piece of man flesh. You come forward. I've seen you through town. What do they call you? You're friends with Klaus, are you not?
Yeah, I'm gonna wave and say yes. I'm Klaus's friend Sakata. I've
Oh,
heard many things.
Sakata, such a sexual name. Ah, please do come inside, and come elsewhere, if you will.
Once I step into the door, I'm going to do a little casual finger waggle as I step in.
Please don't toy with me. Unleash your inner warrior. Let the waggling commence. Everyone, let's break them in. People begin rising. The woman that's lying down with her back on this throw of pillows, she seems to be calling for you, and her fingers are inviting, and these men wearing what appears to be like feathery flamingos over the front of their package. They're not really wearing much of anything. The people here are in the throes of passion, and they're testing the limits of their person. There's skin being pulled, wax being drizzled. People are just, they getting it. It's hot in here.
It's a little hedonistic.
Yeah, hedonism is certainly a thing that you could say.
Let's
All
fall
right,
on in swing.
let's get our business done here, Beefcake.
So, what has brought you to the Shining Tome?
Yes. Well, introduction should be made. I am Jerrod Skellerang.
As in, are you related to Tertian?
As it happens, yes.
Can I tell you a secret? I've
Certainly.
wanted to bed that man for weeks now. Just bring him back and bring his emotions to a total rye flitter. He seems so stern and strong, and well, he's just outside of the realm of my reach. But you've stumbled into my lair. What did you say your name was?
Jerrod, Charlie, and
Jerrod.
don't let his stiff demeanor fool you.
Stiff, you say?
You know, just his type.
Am I? Well,
Absolutely, I should know. I'm his older brother. I've known his entire life.
well.
He puts on a stiff upper lip and a rather cruel demeanor, but once you get past those walls, I think you'll find that he's a teddy bear.
Your use of verbose is quite delicious. Trust me, if I can get my hands upon him, I'll show him a real stiff upper lip.
Oh,
Speaking of which, what are you doing this evening? Are you coming for some fun times?
business, I'm afraid.
Business? Well,
Yeah.
business at the Tome is booming. We're currently testing a new potion.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Capital. My colleague Klaus told me, well, he was unable to identify an object that we managed to stumble across.
Ah,
and-
so daft. Boring. Sosh is in the back. Don't mind the men under the table. Go on. Leave me. But you there. Sakata. Can I change you? I'm gonna call you Sex Cutter. Come to me, man meat.
I'm sorry, I am also here on business.
Business? You're wearing not
Oh!
more than a tunic and a belt.
There's
Clearly,
just-
you're here to dance.
Come
Maybe
on.
after-
Sakata, really, only one of us needs to go ahead and bother the mistress. You go ahead and stay here. Have fun. Try the potion. I'll be right back.
Nonsense. Don't worry, Jerrod. He won't be going anywhere. Not without me.
Going to
Thank
grab
you, be back in a
Jerrod by
minute.
the neck before he can walk away.
You grab him by the neck.
Not by the neck, but like the collar of his armor.
Sure, at this case, it's gonna be a CMB versus CMD.
Crap roll, crap roll, crap roll.
Hold on.
Let's see what you got.
This is disgusting.
That's pretty good.
He barely makes it.
That's pretty good. He seems to grab at your armor, When you turn back to look at him, he's got a hold of you. There is a certain death grip that is about him, where he has never experienced or exhibited fear before. It is overwhelming his person at the moment. You can see that he is scared, but at the same time, many arms seem to flow up and around him. Like he is being pulled away.
As I hold him.
Sakata, it's gonna be fine! Klaus walked away! Don't be a pussy!
There's plenty of that back here! Come on, good man, open up your arms and possibly your pants!
Please let go!
I'm going to hold him still for a few more seconds, just to see if he turns a different shade, and then I'll let him go.
Okay. As you let him go, he immediately chokes out spittle. Jerrod, you can enter into the back. You'll have to pull apart a series of curtains that seem to be lavishly designed to look like vulva.
I've been in worse places. We've all seen at least one before, right? Sometimes only the one. Jerrod's going to kind of step in and kind of glance back.
When you peer back, it appears that multiple individuals are offering the equivalent of a shot. It looks like small shot glasses of this ruminating potion that seems to be exhibiting this pink vapor that's flowing from the top of it. It's being offered to Sakata.
Ah, to Sakata. Never
Yes.
mind. So we're not talking about Jerrod.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking. Yeah, no. I'm already pulled in. I'd take a shot.
Okay, all right.
And see where the night gets me.
Sure.
But I know if I get an STD, Jared's the one who's gonna pay for it, not me.
I like how he's pacing. Oh, that's good. He's pacing about the room like, oh god, I'm gonna get the AIDS. I'm gonna get the spooky dick. I feel it. Jerrod! The floor is yours. As the vulva curtains fall, does the labias swallow you here in this situation, sir? You find that the music is remotely drowned out. They're not exactly soundproof, but enough so. As you move into the rear room, you'll find that there is, in fact, a table rounded and suitable to easily sit 12 to 14. There seems to be a cage that is sparking in the center of this table. There is some amalgamation of shapes, some fluidity of movement that is moving from within inside the cage. And each time a spark is exhibited over the surface of the cage, the woman laughs. You see her sitting behind it. One leg seems to be propped up in a way that you can see like her shin and her knee. It's sort of like she's brought her single leg up to sit nearest her ass, but the other leg is obscured by the table itself. She has a variety of herbs and things before her. It seems that she's mixing some things mortar and pestle style, and each time she finishes something, she kind of drips it into her hand or just knocks this dusting and then blows it over the cage. She seems mildly frustrated.
Mr. Sasha?
The one and only.
Ah, good. My name is Jerrod Scullery.
Hold on. I'm almost finished here. Just let me finish this, and I think I may have solved it. She seems to grind a bit more of this almost glowing purple herb into the bowl, and as she drops it into her hand, it seems to almost slow fall to her hand like snow would, like snow hitting the ground. And as it seems to cover her fingers and her palm, she moves it before her, and as she blows it out, it seems to spark across the cage, and the thing within inside seems to erratically begin to rock and shake the table. But it doesn't have the desired effect. You can see over her face as she's like, "Damn it!"
Might I be of assistance?
Unless you have a variety of understanding of near all alchemical components this side of Cauldron, I don't believe you will be able to help me, but there's a reason that you've come here. Please,
yes.
Give me something to distract my current problems from.
Certainly. Again, my name is Jerrod. My colleague Klaus told me to come here for some assistance with identification. I know you. The night at the inn,
Yes.
when my
seen
bag
you.
decided to eat me.
Yes. It's your fault that this creature is here plaguing me now.
Creature?
Yes, the cock goblin.
I'm guessing that's an alchemical term.
No, that's what I've dubbed this creature inside of this cage. The cock goblin.
Nothing in the cage.
Well, there's nothing that you can see. Hold on. She seems to move around a series of things across the table before she finds the equivalent of a spyglass. It looks like a monocle of sorts. It's been compressed down, so it's not more than just a few inches thick. Hold it up to your eye now. Look inside.
Well, okay. And he'll take a seat, take the monocle, and kind of...
As you begin to peer inside of this cage, there's almost this, like, arcanic energy that is swelling over the top of it, and it's keeping this thing barred in. It's like electricity. Pure electricity is keeping this creature from escaping. And with unnatural speed, there is a small, darkened, goblinoid-like creature that is deviously clutching a chicken. Particularly a rooster. It is clutching a rooster with a death grip, and it seems to be hopping from every point of the cage to the next, trying to find a way to escape.
Oh.
Cock
Okay.
goblin. You can see now why I would call it that.
That does make a little more sense now, and he'll offer back the monocle. Well, I suppose the best I can offer there is my apologies, and I suppose my thanks in managing to capture it. But, yes, on to other business. I hope I'm not bothering you too late in the evening.
Well, you
Klaus
are, but
did-
you're here now, so let's go on with it.
Certainly. And at this point, Jerrod's going to lean over and kind of pull out the package and just kind of slide it over. I found this in my chamber, no, in my quarters today after returning from an adventure, and, well, Klaus he wasn't able to clearly define just what it was, and he kind of directed me your direction.
You realize that the boy, Klaus, he could have done this himself. Why did he not do it himself?
I would not know. He went ahead and took a look at it and said he wasn't sure what it was. We went ahead and spoke with our paladin. Our paladin could only confirm that it wasn't an evil artifact or anything like that.
So he chose to waste my time by sending you here.
He is a little bit cocky.
I have words for him.
He did specifically ask for me to go ahead and mention him by name when I came here. My apologies if it's...
Do I have words for him? So this ring, what do you have for me? Show me this device.
Certainly, and at that point, he'll go ahead and peel the paper off. What really got my concern up regarding this ring is, of course, an unsigned letter, which, and he'll go ahead and just slide it over. You see here, not really giving much of a hint as to its contents, but the fact that it was wrapped in human tallow, fat.
Sure. Sakata, I need 3 will saves for me, please.
This isn't towards a fear, is it?
No, it is not a fear effect.
I did not think so. So this is not going to be a good roll.
Unless you are afraid of sexual proclivities.
It's fucking terrifying,
Sexual predators.
Oh shit!
Well,
look at
he's
that.
scared of what Charlie's going to be doing with,
Very good.
Those are
those proclivities.
Very good. The first you are actually going to destroy. The second is very, very narrow, but upon the third attempt, after taking more and more of this potion in, you're actually going to fail. So at first, you're not exactly into the idea of doing anything too strange. It's just too much for you. You're not about that life. You're kind of watching this. But you find, by the time that you've taken the third shot of this potion that seems to have no effect over your person, you find that you're joining them. You're almost borderline tearing your clothes off and dripping wax over your shoulders and allowing them to spank you with various tassels. There's actually, like, a locked hold for you to place your neck in as they drop a plank over the top of it. And you're being held in position while multiple people are switching these leather paddles back in and out.
I'm keeping my belt.
Yeah, no, that's not coming
that
off.
stays on.
That's not coming off. That's true.
The clothes will come off. I'll do a lot of regrettable things, but the belt stays on.
He doesn't want to deflate in front of everybody.
Sure. I got you. That makes sense.
Also, it's my new shiny belt. I can't lose that. I can lose the clothes. I can buy common clothes again, and I don't have enough shame to not, walk out into the streets just kind of exposed.
I got you. Jerrod. Mr. Sasha holds out her open hand. You note that each of her fingernails seem to have a small ring that clips into each of them, like her fingernails themselves seem to be pierced. She extends her open hand to you. She waits for you to drop the ring into her hand.
And Jerrod will lift the box and just kind of tip the ring out on top of her palm.
She seems to, as it falls into her hand. Oh my goodness. Unmade, thank you so much for that girthy host. Thank you so much, Unmade Gaming. You monster. Goodness gracious. Guys, welcome in the Unmade crew. Hit them with some love if you can. As you seem to drop this ring into her hand, each of these pieces of jewelry that seem to have pierced the natural keratin of her nail, they all rise. They rise from the tips of her fingers. And she says, yes, it's in fact very magical. It is in fact very magical. Goodness gracious, the Unmade raid coming through. Jekko with the cheers. Thank you guys so much for the bid. Welcome Unmade in crew. Welcome guys. Welcome on in here. And she seems to move her other hand over the top of it and kind of hover. As it begins to hover over the top, you see she seems to be accurately watching this very closely. As her middle finger and thumb seem to dance around it, the ring seems to move from a lying position to sitting right up on its edge. It's like it sits up very much before you. And as she begins to move her finger around it, it's like the air is guiding it to a spinning position. Thank you guys so much for all the follows. Hugely appreciative. Thank you guys very much. Unmade, my word. You choose poorly. It's not a problem whatsoever. Video Store Cowboy. Goodness gracious, not so speedruns. Thank you guys all for the follows. I'm incredibly appreciative.
Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome into the fam. Exploding Dicing crew. Goodness gracious. As this begins to spin, you see that the eyes themselves, naturally like the way Klaus begins to identify things, it seems as if her vision seems to go over this pallid gray into a stark silver over her eyes as she begins to identify it, and she drops it on her table out of disgust. Ugh. This is disgusting magic. It's untethered. It's unclean. But it serves its purpose. Ugh. It's a ring of sustenance. It's disgusting. Magic is ugly. It's not on my par.
So, ring of sustenance.
Yes.
Never heard of that before. What's it do?
You won't go hungry. You'll never thirst for anything more than the sated feeling. Do you understand what I'm saying? You won't be hungry anymore. You won't be thirsty. You'll be completely fine. You could find yourself lost in the woods for weeks, months, even years, and you will not desire food. Sure, you may miss the delectable taste of a seared steak or a fine ground root, but you will not need it.
An unusual sort of gift to receive, but...
You plan on going anywhere for a long time?
I hadn't planned on it, but I suppose such things could find their uses. He'll go ahead and put it back in the box and flip it shut. I do thank you again for going ahead and offering the assistance there. And I'll be sure to go ahead and tell Klaus that you'd like to see him stop by sometime soon.
Before we move to you back out and handling Sakata or Klaus for this point, guys, if you haven't had an opportunity to follow Exploding Dice, Unmade Gaming, and Margaret Crone, I encourage you to do so. They are incredible streamers. Most of them are on their way to partnership, much like myself, and they are well worth following. They're just good people all the way around. 100% worth it. I encourage you to do so. Again, that would be Margaret Crone, Exploding Dice, and Unmade Gaming. They're awesome, folks. Totally worth watching. So, she passes this back to you, and she moves her hand up in a way that it almost looks inviting, but she shoos you on. She shoos you along. Go on. Go on. I still have some tests to run on Cock Goblin.
Yes, ma'am. And at that point, Jerrod will just kind of step back, give a polite nod, and move on his way.
Okay. On your way out, as soon as you pass the table, a figure steps out from under the table, straightens his vest and his almost like harem-style pants, and his face seems vastly wet, more so than it should be. And as you pass back through the labia-colored sheets that seem to be obscuring your path, the moment that you pass through, I can't not hear that's the truth. It is Cock Goblin. It's Cock Goblin. It is. It's the
best.
It's a planar goblin that's deviously clutching a rooster. Yes, that's accurate. So, when you pass back through the the gender neutral colors of this path, you'll see that the moment that you exit, you're blasted again with the harem music. And you'll find yourself stuck in a situation you never thought you would see. As soon as you pull back the curtain before you, stuck in some kind of stationary dungeon, almost a hole of sorts, where you would typically see people stuck being thrown vegetables, or vegetables being thrown at them. Here you find that Sakata has willingly pushed himself into the situation. His ass glowing red. It's as red as my hair at this point.
So Red's, so Sakata is bent over in a paddock, just kind of like with that shine, that sheen, that paddle-like gleam.
That baboon red of an ass is currently his ass. And nearing him, clutching the leather paddle, there seems to be a very strong woman. She seems to be moving up with some kind of harness-like device that is attached to her waist. And she seems to have what appears to be a very smooth bedpost attached to the front of her girdle. And she is nearing your ally. The ally cannot see it at this point.
Fuck, I'm gonna regret this. Wait! And he'll kind of like walk up beside Sakata and just kind of give her.
You say, wait! And as soon as you do so, the music cans immediately. It stops.
He's not quite into that. Where are his clothes? Anybody? His clothes?
You find that multiple people begin handing you scraps that were torn from his body.
Son of a bitch.
Can one of you guys let me out for now?
Charlie waddles up. Is there a problem, Mr. Skellering?
Not much of a problem. We came here together. We're going to leave here together.
I don't. Well, in the chains or the paddock.
In the stockade of sorts.
Yeah, I'm gonna point and be like, well, he's done with Mr. Sasha. I still need to have a word with her. And then I'll probably come back down for more festivities. I'm just gonna keep pointing with my arms.
You're gonna come back for more.
I mean, why not?
Did he say that he was coming back for festivities?
That's on him. I tried, and Jerrod's going to start for the door.
Please. Oh, this is wonderful. Jerrod, are you sure would like to stay?
I've got an early morning tomorrow. I do have to go ahead and see my brother for brunch, but I will direct him your way as soon as possible, Jerrod.
You should try it. You might enjoy it. I heard they have quite the selection of doorknobs here.
Oh, we have more than just knobs, my dear friend.
Tempting, but no.
Well, if you're going to run along, please shut the door. Definitely, I believe that Mr. Sakata isn't finished. Excuse me. Oh, we've changed his name. It's Sexkata.
If you could take me out of the
Charming. Yes, absolutely. Have a wonderful evening. I am never getting that out of my head.
And remember, what happens at the tomb stays at the tomb. He seems to wiggle his fingers back yet again, and the music kicks up immediately.
I'm still gonna look to be unlocked out of this restraint so I can go.
Sakata, give me a perception, please.
It can only be so well. 14.
14. As you hear the door close of your ally leaving, you kind of look around and you're like, can someone let me out of this so I can go talk to her? You seem to note that out of your peripheral vision, there seems to be some kind of wooden-like structure that is crafted to fit the midsection and waist of the woman that was just paddling you. And as she nears you, she moves up to just in front of your 4-8 vision. And there you see this bedpost-like device. She's now rubbing some kind of oil over the top of it. It almost looks like wax itself.
Mistress Helga, take care of you now.
That's all well and good.
Do you remember safe word?
Unlock me first and I'll come back.
She kind of looks sad for a moment. But will you stay?
As long as I can.
I like this so much. Charlie said he'll stay! He's not going anywhere if I have anything to say. Alright. Alright, so he's going to let you free from your stockade, and he's going to lock up behind your ally. You had to see the mistress as well. What did you need?
I wanted to talk to her about my scythe.
Okay. You know that you don't have to go to her about your scythe.
No, not to repair it. I want enchantments. Is what I want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see what she can do about the hurting myself part.
The hurting yourself part. I gotcha. That is so untrue, Shadow. Willing participants cannot be eagerly charged. Okay.
Yeah, they don't.
You push past the curtain, and you see that she's inside. She has additionally helped you identify things in the past, as far as I can recall. Correct?
I don't think Sakata's been there. I think it's only been Horam and Klaus.
It was?
Yeah, it wasn't me. They went for the leatherworking. I knew Charlie and... No, I didn't know either of them, because when they came to the tavern to deal with Sniper's mess, I was, Kimia.
Okay.
Or no, I was Rasasi.
You were Rasasi, because that's where you died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can talk to her a bit more about it. Basically, she's just going to hit you with a cost.
Okay, I wanted to change enchantments. I don't know if that's a thing she can do.
That's actually not a thing.
So, can she get rid of enchantments?
She will not be able to remove the enchantment itself. There is okay, so basically you can't unwrite ink, you know what I mean? Like, once it's down, it's down. In this case, the magic is wove into the metal.
Of course.
So if you'd like to remove it, you need to break it.
Okay. Well, technically it broke, just not enough.
I know that there are people that run D&D games that say, well, yeah, you can, if you like a weapon, if you're attached to it, you can remove.
Yeah, I'm talking straight up, like, you put it in, you go to Diablo and you change the weapon stat. Like,
unfortunately,
no, you can add to it, but you can never take anything away from it.
That's how I've always rolled it, where you can't actually remove enchantments from something.
That's fine. Then I'd ask her to see if she could find anything that would maybe make it hurt less, maybe make it suck a little bit more, or better, an added enchantment, but I would have to get it +1 again, wouldn't I?
You went to a hedonistic brothel, and you just asked someone to make it suck more and less.
Look, the potion has its effects.
I got you. I got you. Essentially, she's going to tell you that there are things that you can do, but it's additional magic, and at this level, it's going to take some intricate spell weaving in order to tuck it onto the weapon itself. Likely due to the fact that, because it's already a highly enchanted blade.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I don't think you've got the funds for it.
Yeah, no. If it's anything more than $4 grand, then no.
It's way more, actually.
Yeah. So that ain't gonna happen. So I would just go down and rejoin the orgy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just go back to enjoying the night.
Okay, sounds good. And this is actually where we're gonna wind out tonight's session, guys. Because I wanted to do more with Balthar, but Balthar, if he's going to be alerting the town guard that he's going to be gone for a few days, there's very little that I can technically do with that. I have some things in mind, but I don't think that we're going to be able to utilize and take advantage of that tonight. However, I did want to reintegrate the characters and kind of set the scene for the next couple of sessions. And I think that's fine. It's good to have everyone back. I'm actually really excited to come back and play tonight. I had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys did too.
I got a migraine from laughing too hard.
You got a migraine from laughing.
Like I had to go a step away and take some Excedrin.
I wondered why you were pacing.